The Jemez Mountains in central New Mexico are volcanic in origin and are a great place to camp, hike, rock climb, fish, and of course, rockhound. There are obsidian nuggets known as Apache Tears eroding out of some of the volcanic tuff formations, Chalcedony and agate nodules from old rhyolite lava flows, and even marine fossils that can be found in some of the ancient sedimentary deposits. This video shows some of the treasures that can be found in the Jemez Mountains. Found a bunch of obsidian in this road. Apache Tears. Found some big ones. Lots of little ones. Basically the roadbed is tuff. Volcanic tuff. The Apache Tears are eroding out of the tuff. And pretty much everywhere out here. All these little guys are Apache Tears, obsidian. There's a neat one. Nice little collection of them here. Some are really tiny. Here's a little outcrop of the tuff. And the cool thing is you can see the Apache Tears still in the tuff. Right there. There's one right there. This one's really cool. It actually looks like some of the tears altered to perlite, maybe? Not sure. That one's pretty cool though. There's another one sticking out of the tuff. This is amazing. This one is huge. It's not the biggest tear I've ever found, but it sure is one of the biggest. Wow. Excellent. Oh, there's another one. Oh, look at that. Wow. Sweet. This is the jackpot. We stopped here in this road that is full of Apache Tears, little blobs of obsidian. There's one. Neat. More out here on Forest Service land in the Jemez Mountains. You can find Chalcedony and agate, Chalcedony nodules, obsidian Apache Tears, and this is called perlite. It's basically a hydrated obsidian, so it's more of a gray color than the black of obsidian that we're used to, but this whole outcrop right here in this pit is perlite. There's a cute little piece of chalcedony. There are nodules eroding out of the rhyolite lava, and the nodules are often filled with chalcedony or agate like this. This looks like it has some bands. Kind of hard to see. I might give that a cut and see what comes to the surface. But this stuff is pretty abundant out here. I'm just rockhounding in the road, and I found plenty of pieces of chalcedony and unbroken nodules, along with an occasional Apache Tear. There's some more little pieces of chalcedony. Oh, it's actually bigger than it looked. Might be agate. Check it out, see if it has any bandings, give it a cut. I'm seeing a piece right here. bright white. Oh, yeah. Sometimes the chalcedony is just a thin crust that forms in cracks in the lava flow. Other times you get lucky and you get a thick piece. Here's an interesting little botryoidal piece. I see some druzy in there too, sparkling. Not sure if that's obvious. It's really kind of pretty. Every now and then you'll find a piece that has a bluish tint. And I have found chalcedony roses out here too. If I find one today, I'll show you. There's an example of one of the little geode nodules that you might find out here. This one has been broken, so I'll probably cut it, see if there's anything interesting inside. There's another one. This one's already broken open, and it actually looks like it might contain agate. I can't tell, it looks like some slight banding. But anyway, that's what they look like, the nodules. And they get much, much, much bigger than this. I've already found one today that is at least fist size. So, yeah, they're pretty cool. So this is the rock that the little geodes and nodules are eroding out of. It's highly fractured. Here's a really cool spot that's basically agate, and the other little nodules and geodes seem to be weathering out of this lava rock. It's very weathered, and it's pretty cool, but looks like most of this stuff is just encrusted on there, or in veins. I'm not really seeing any whole geodes right now, but I'm gonna keep looking. Some cool pieces. Whoa, that's looks like an agate. And then there's this piece. It's pretty thick. Might be able to cut that. We'll see. Has a nice botryoidal texture that chalcedony likes to grow in. Just spotted this super cool piece. Look at that texture on that. It's beautiful. It's kind of a big one. There's a lot around here. A lot of chalcedony. There's a piece right there. And here's the remnants of a nodule. You can see the bubbly texture that it has. That's the signature texture that you find out here with the nodules. It looks like a chalcedony rose and maybe some agate right here. These are big, cool finds. This place is awesome. There's another piece right there. And I'm just going up this little slope right here. It's just full of this stuff. Here's a bluish little chalcedony crust on this rock. Pretty cool. So here's some of the finds from yesterday. Hunting for obsidian nodules, also known as Apache Tears, in the Jemez, and also chalcedony nodules. So here's some of the finds from yesterday. There's chalcedony and agate, the nodules, and the Apache Tears. It's a very unique specimen. That tear is still embedded in the volcanic rock, the tuff. And then these are some pieces that eroded out that I found in the roadbed where we were collecting. This one's pretty big. And then here's some examples of perlite. This is the hydrated obsidian, so it's kind of a gray color. And then these are the nodules. And some of these will contain Chalcedony and Agate, and other of them will not contain anything interesting. But here's an example of what you might find inside. This one was already broken when I found it. Some of them are quite large. This is a large one. And it is filled with Chalcedony. No agate stripes. There's a nice round one, which I might or might not cut. And sometimes you look at them and there isn't much to see inside of them. They're cool on the outside, and then in the inside there's really not very much going on. A little bit of Chalcedony in the middle, but that's it. Some of these pieces of agate are pretty neat. This is like a vein lining agate. This is what I call Chalcedony rose. It too is a nodule. These are eroding out of the lava flows in the area. It's a pretty neat specimen. Looks like it might have some agate, some lines there. Some of the specimens have druzy sparkling on the surface. Yes, gotta get it in the sun maybe. I really appreciate it. Some cool banding. This Chalcedony is just perfect little botryoidal bubbles in a bluish purple color sitting on top of the rock. So that's neat. And this is a piece that has Chalcedony, botryoidal Chalcedony, but also you can see the banding. So agate with Chalcedony on top. This is probably my favorite piece that I found yesterday. And it ranges from white to a little bluish, purplish gray. Sometimes if you're lucky you'll get a little bit of orange in there. There's a little orange band in this piece. Overall, a successful day of rock hounding in the Jemez Mountains in New Mexico. The Jemez Mountains are a great place to explore the beauty New Mexico has to offer. If you do decide to try your luck rock hounding here, I highly recommend the New Mexico rock hounding guidebooks available online to help you find places where collecting is legal. There are a lot of tribal lands out there, and it's important to respect those areas and avoid collecting specimens where prohibited. Thanks for watching.